Very exciting day. Now I was having a yarn to my friend Rob, I should say, about my exciting day. And he said, I'm going live at 11 o'clock. And I thought, I said, what are you going to do a live on? He said, I've got 50 questions that I just come up with out of thin air that I actually want to ask about We Are All Satoshi. And hopefully Shavis would be able to answer all those questions, because Rob's seriously thinking about investing in We Are All Satoshi. So anyway, long story short is I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll set up a live, and I'll go live at 11, and I'll go into Rob's chat room and ask him questions, and we'll bring it all together. Anyway, so I thought I'll go check out about 5 to 11. What's Rob doing? Rob's just launched a video. He decided to record it and upload it instead of going live. So then I had a dilemma. What do I do? And then I thought, I know what I'll do. I will listen to Rob's questions. Now, the funny thing about Rob's 50 questions, I said, Rob, you got 50 questions? He said, it'll take about 40 minutes. I said, it won't take 40 minutes, it'll take longer. He's just done this to piss me off. He's done a video within 20 minutes, which is world-breaking news. Anyway, so why was today such an exciting day? Well, the meeting that I'm going to show you in the next 2 minutes is Shavis. He had 360 people in his Zoom meeting, and he's telling everyone that I'm responsible for the pornography that he's broadcasting in his own Zoom meetings. I just don't do that sort of stuff. He also said to everyone in the meeting that he wants them to do something right now, and he wanted to report my YouTube channel. And he showed them how to do it. In fact, I think I counted about 14 minutes of let's stop Danny DeHeck trying to stop people from losing their money in a scam. I couldn't believe it. So I'm just going to play the first couple of minutes of it so you get the idea of what we're up to today.
Thank you.
Here we go. Yes. Listen to this.
Well, there are 360 people in this call. We can make a big difference. We have been disturbed by this guy, Danny Dickhead. I'm sharing the link.
So you can watch that video. It's absolutely appalling, because this cult leader is telling 360 people to go and fight his battles for me. He's alleging that I've got some form of lawsuit with a Ponzi scheme that has had a cease and desist order by the state of California. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, and he also claimed in his words that I have physically assaulted people. Where does this guy get this shit from? Anyway, it didn't really worry me. I was actually quite flattered by the fact. But if you look at the video that they've been, theoretically, he said he had 360 people that were going to report my YouTube channel and get that video removed. It's still online. And I'm going to do a little video about it just before I go to bed, and then I'm going to upload it as a new video. But it's just, I just can't believe it. I think it's absolutely incredible that he's actually asked people to fight his own battles. He will not answer my questions, but now we've got Rob, who has done 50 questions that I think if you really did care about your community, Shavis, you would answer Rob's questions for him. And as Rob said, he's thinking about investing if you could answer his questions, because there's a lot of unanswered questions. Now, Rob didn't do a science degree to come up with 50 questions. They just popped out on the top of his head. The other one that was quite interesting, he was so pissed off. He's telling people in his own meeting, you've got to listen to this to believe it. But listen to this.
I also want to request everyone to open their cameras for a moment before we get into the breakout rooms, so that we can kick out people who are not open with their open cameras.
So he asked all 300, he had 380 people in his room at that time, to turn on their cameras. And anyone that didn't have a proper username, like they were using iPhone, they were going to kick them all out. And he's doing this because he doesn't want me. A few months ago, he invited me to come onto the Zoom meeting when Tammy Jackson was in there, and he accused me of being a womanizer. Hey, I don't want to distract from Rob's video, but I do want you to encourage you to go check out what this guy's up to. And the ironic thing, the only reason he's going after Danny DeHeck is because we're getting so close to pushing this Ponzi scheme off the cliff. I've been chasing everything from the start of this Ponzi scheme for the last couple of years, right through to Sam Lee, Ryan Jew, the whole 9 yards, and I'm not going to get in there. But anyway, let's get into Rob's video. Now, I sent Rob a text. I have the Zoom meeting open, and anyone that wants to can come and join me. I don't really probably want to be here for too long because I need to get up in the morning and potentially, get some sleep. But I'm just going to put in my chat room the link to this meeting, and you're more than welcome to come along and join in if you like. Oh, I just stuffed up. There we go. You should have the link in the meeting. You do. I do. Does that sound right? I don't think it sounded right. Boom. Oh, it's been naughty. Something's been naughty. Won't work. Let's not to focus on that. But anyway, let's get straight into Rob's questions. I'm not going to stop. Well, I might stop. I just want to hear his 50 questions, and I thought it'd be something nice that we could do together on a Saturday night at midnight. Here we go. And Rob was going to come in here, but he actually said he's dead. He's just about dead because we work bloody hard at putting these videos out. And we're not doing it for shits and giggles. We're actually doing it because we honestly, sincerely want to stop people. Shava said this morning that Rob, well, not Rob, but myself, and of course my friends, the Avengers, we do this because we're trying to make a living out of our YouTube channel. And my goodness sake, I get about, if I'm lucky, $70 a week for 70 or 80 hours I spend in my YouTube channel. So in saying that, if you feel like buying me a coffee for my hard work, it would be much appreciated. And if you have any information about any of these scams, or any scams whatsoever, you can actually go to my YouTube channel, and you can literally, not my YouTube channel, you can actually go to my website and you can submit information anonymously. I have a website dedicated to the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger, and any leads would be much appreciated. And if you're not familiar with my YouTube channel, help support me simply just by subscribing and hitting the bell ding ding, and I'll be more than grateful. I've currently done over 500 videos and uploaded them to YouTube with my quest to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. I've lost count, but I've gone through all these scammers and they all seem to be doing one thing in common. They don't have a product or a service. In fact, what they're doing is they're relying on people signing up for membership money so they can build their empires, and they're all falling over left, right, and centre. And I believe that We Are All Satoshi will actually fall over tomorrow. That's my prediction, because on the 10th of December, Jarvis reckons he's going to come along as Father Christmas and hand out a whole lot of goodies. But I believe this is part of the exit strategy that he's been building, because some really strange things are happening at the moment. And these questions that Rob is about to answer will prove there's a lot of unanswered questions, and people in the community are simply ignoring these questions, and they need to be answered by Jarvis, who claims he hasn't got a last name.
Going to invest my hard-earned money into Are All Satoshi, or any scheme for that matter, any project, any opportunity, there's a few things that I'd want to know. It's called doing your due diligence. So over the last several weeks or months, I've been listening to a lot of the meetings on Zoom and YouTube from Are All Satoshi, and this is a list of 50 questions that I would be asking, and I would make my decision based on what the answer is. So I'm just going to get on with it. No mucking around. First question is,
I'll muck you around, Rob. I'd just like to say that Rob and I work on our recording gear quite a lot, and I must admit Rob is looking very sharp tonight. He's clearly cut out. He hasn't got a green screen like I use, but his face is well lit up. There's no shiny bits on his forehead. You can see his blue eyes. He's in fine form tonight.
Sam Lee found Are All Satoshi, yes or no? Sam Lee's got an interesting reputation, and I basically want to know what his involvement is today.
Okay, so what's Sam Lee's involvement? We've just currently been working with some people, and we're going to be publishing some interesting information, so I will be launching that next week. But yes, Sam Lee is still involved in this. He theoretically has admitted on video that he is provides the software that runs We Are All Satoshi, which would make a lot of sense, especially since he's the person that set it up and claimed ownership at the beginning.
Number 2, how did the exchange occur between Sam Lee and Chavez? So we know that Sam Lee was involved at the start, and then something happened. Sam Lee went off the rails, something like that. Chavez took over. What exactly happened there?
There's a lot of unanswered questions in that very question there. It was like he left the keys to his crypto sitting on the desk, and Chavez just come in and took over his company. And Sam didn't even really do anything or say anything about it. So that's a great question, Rob. What's your next question, Rob?
I'd want to know. Number 3, has the first part of We Are All Satoshi restarted after it collapsed? The first part was basically a reward system for doing various things. Then they ran out of money. Has that restarted? It's in all the training. But from what I'm hearing, it hasn't restarted and nobody's receiving their rewards or being able to withdraw.
Kate Longley took Rob, I, and a friend of ours, Jim, through the presentation, and we asked her where the money came from to pay the people the rewards, and she said Sam Lee. They had a budget of $260 million. We Are All Satoshi only lasted, I think, it was 4 months, which means they blew through $65 million a month in their advertising budget. And at that time, Sam Lee was claiming he was a billionaire. So now we want to know, how is this company running if he's picked it up and carried it on? Where's the money coming from to run it? And there's a lot of unanswered questions, which Rob will say, and I haven't listened to this yet.
Has it or not? Number 4, where did the $160 million marketing budget come from?
160? I actually think it was 260, going by what Kate Longley said. Kate Longley is an Australian lady who she works as a school teacher, and she's part of a YouTube channel called Anzac Crypto Whalers, and Carl Miller's part of that. And she told us on video that you can go through on our videos that there was $260 million put in by Sam Lee, who's a billionaire. That's what she told us when she was trying to entice us to sign up.
Now, been various claims about how big that marketing budget was, but I'm pretty sure one of the claims was $160 million. Where did it come from? I'm curious. Number 5, how did the community earn so many rewards that it was exhausted? In other words, how did the community, the We Are All Satoshi community, earn so much rewards that they could possibly have withdrawn $160 million to exhaust that marketing budget?
Now that's a really, really good question, because mathematically it was impossible, because they claimed that the community got a bit worried and they decided to withdraw all the marketing budget. However, mathematically speaking, there wasn't enough members and enough rewards owed for them to actually make those withdrawals. So it's kind of like saying, look, I've got $500 in the bank, and I can only withdraw $500. But then the owners of the bank have come along and said everyone took all their money out. And for that, all that money to disappear, the people with $500 would have actually had to withdraw $5,000. So how do these people withdraw more money than they had available to take out? I hope that made sense.
Number 6, given all those rewards broke the system, why are they still advertised every day in training? So if those rewards weren't sustainable at the beginning, how are they sustainable now? Has something changed? If so, what is it?
So they alleged that this was the most successful Ponzi scheme that they'd ever ran, even though it only lasted for 20% of its allotted time.
Number 7, why are they advertised when they do not exist? So I guess that's the thing. Why is it in the training? The training looks to be basically the same training that we've had before it fell over and after, just keeps on going. And I don't even know why they keep on going with that same training. It's up there, people can see it. Why do you need all these other presenters?
And that's a good point, Rob. Interesting enough, we talked on the phone. Now, when they spent 14 minutes telling everybody in the Zoom meeting to report my video, and he showed them how to do it step by step, it would be a bit strange, because theoretically you're meant to invite people along to entice them to sign up, and hence why they play the presentation. So they played the presentation this morning. That was for new people who didn't know how it all worked. Imagine going to a meeting for the very first time and then being told to report a YouTuber to YouTube who's trying to stop what he believes is a Ponzi scheme. Hiccups.
Number 8. What blockchain is We Are All Satoshi on, and how can we know that GSM, GameStop memes, is on it too? I don't understand a lot about this blockchain, and maybe if that could be explained, that would help me understand, get my head around this and show me some evidence that GameStop memes, the collaboration therewith, is actually on the same blockchain.
And that's a real simple but really important question to be able to answer. I mean, he's alleged that GameStop memes, which is some organisation that won't even, correspond with us, is actually using their blockchain, but there's no proof of that.
Number 9. Why did you name the coin BTCC when that name already exists for a crypto exchange? If you go on Google and you type in BTCC and try to find it, you'll come up with a crypto exchange. You won't come up with a coin, more than likely. Very confusing.
Yes, BCCC we call it. That's what they call passing off another people's name. And it causes confusion. And why don't they call it something like WasCoin?
Why would you do that? Number 10. If the community is democratic, why are nodes going to be the decision makers of the future? Now that's only come out in the last few days. It doesn't seem to fit with everything else that people are talking about, or that this is a democratic community. It seems that there's going to be tiered members, so those nodes are at the top and everybody at the bottom gets whatever is handed down.
It's a good question, because isn't it all meant to be decentralized, where no one gets to make decisions and control the company?
What are we up to? If the community is democratic, why did they not get to vote for the board of trustees? So a lot of these questions are just throwing it out there. I've seen it. Seems a bit strange. What's the answer? Number 12. If the community is democratic, why did they not vote what to do with the 3%? So it was suggested that the community wanted the 3% per month paid out and not put wherever it would have gone to. Would it have been in the vault? I'm not too sure. It said, Chavez said, this is what you want. And some people said, well, how do you know? There wasn't a vote. 13. Now the coin price is plateauing. How will people recoup their outlay? I'd like to know that, because a lot of the examples of getting your upside, getting your profit were based on being in mining when it started at $3. But now that it's gone up, it started to plateau off. Can you still get your upside? 14. Can you confirm the coin price is the daily mining price, $3, multiplied by the days to mine a coin? It seems to be what it is. So basically the coin price is just the cost to mine. It's nothing else. It's not reflective of how much the coin is actually worth, what value people might put on it in an open market. 15. Would it be fair to say the coin price is not a measure of its value? Yes or no? Do you agree with me? 16. Would it be fair to say B-fuel is actually a mechanism for artificially inflating the coin price? Seems to be to me. What do you think? How has this followed the Bitcoin plan to the T when it's actually not following the Bitcoin plan to the T?
Got some good questions here. I want to go back to the B-fuel thing. Because something costs more money to produce, it doesn't mean the value of the token goes up with it. It's kind of like saying building costs are going up. I mean, I suppose it does mean if we were building a house and the building costs went up, then the price of the house would have to go up with it to pay for the builders. But does that mean that the value set by the valuer stays the same? I don't know. I don't make much sense of that. I think I'll leave the questions to Rob. Go, Rob.
A lot of things that have happened in We Are All Satoshi weren't done in Bitcoin. Like the price of Bitcoin at this stage was far below what the price of BTCC was, and the price of Bitcoin was to the best of my knowledge, dictated by an open market, whereas this is dictated by the cost to mine it. Completely different. It's like, if it cost me $100,000 to create a car, is the car worth $100,000? When maybe someone would only pay $5,000 for it.
Now that's better than explaining it than I did, Rob. I'm going to leave all the talking and explaining to you from now on.
If I made it, they'd pay me like $1,000 for it. 18. Why will BTCC be the same as BTC, Bitcoin, when any copy of a Mona Lisa is only ever a copy of the Mona Lisa? So saying that you're creating another Bitcoin isn't really true, because you're not creating Bitcoin. You're creating something that's a copy of Bitcoin.
That's very good. I like the reasoning.
Yes or no?
Yeah, it's great.
19. Why say there would be up to 50 nodes and then announce that there would be 300? Is that consistent with good planning?
Changes every day.
That would be one of the considerations I'd have if I was wanting to invest. Number 20. It is said there is only one node at present. I don't know whether this is true or not. And it seems to work. So why do we need 300 more? 21. Where does the money come from to pay for the 300 nodes and the 30 validators' profits? So there's been some pretty big rewards that those nodes and validators are going to get. Off the top of my head, something like 184% APY, basically per annum, and something like 200+%. That's and you're paying that of either $27,000 invested, so that's the percentage over and above that, or you're paying it on the staking of 1,000 BTCC coins. 1,000 BTCC coins might have cost 70 to 80,000. So where's that money coming from to pay them? 22. Why give away miners to GameStop memes purchases after launch and not pre-launch? Because some missed out. Why did you do that? So it all smacks that it's not planned very well. Or have I missed something? 23. Is it fair to say there is no plan, just decisions being made up on the fly? I don't know. I haven't had a look at the white paper, of course. Could all be in the white paper. But then we had the other day where those other nodes, those, I can't even think what they're called now, you know, like the Mega Giga thing, and originally it was like Helios and stuff. So one day it was Helios and the next day it was Mega Giga, whatever. So it seems to be a lot of things decided on the fly. 24. If GameStop memes can't sell all their coin release at 5 cents, because they haven't at the moment.
That's quite interesting. I was listening to that today. Jarvis was saying that they need to sell $50 million worth of these GameStop memes, and so far they've only sold 4 million, which is still a good effort, but they still have a long way to go. Yeah, it's really strange that. Hey, I've just put the link to this video that Rob's doing in the chat window. So if you are looking for this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it to Rob's playlist. So Rob is a good mate of mine, and we call him the crypto sage of critical thinking. And you'll see Rob on quite a few of my videos. So make sure you go along and like his video, and also subscribe to his YouTube channel. He'll be more than happy with that. Takes a long time to get to your first 1,000 views. All right, away we go, Rob. You're doing a good job so far. Couldn't really improve much myself. I think you're a far better speaker than I'd ever dreamed to be.
Why would you think they would be able to sell the next one at 10? Now,
because you don't understand things, Rob. You don't understand the blockchain. You don't understand Jarvis, and he's a good guy. What's his last name? Oh, okay, whoops.
If all of the 5 cent release had gone immediately, then you think, yeah, maybe they were underpriced. But actually, they haven't sold. So maybe 5 cents is too much. Who knows? 25. Are you getting a kickback from them for coins purchased by the community? Because it seems really weird that...
Yeah, we're trying to figure that out. What's he getting from promoting GameStop memes? Is that like a keep it in the family you're theoretically using our blockchain, so I'll theoretically promote it to our community. And then why isn't GameStop memes talking about we are all Satoshi? Wonder if Rob's got that in his questions.
We are all Satoshi is giving away miners that are the equivalent of the purchase amounts in GameStop memes coins, but is we are all Satoshi getting a kickback somewhere for that? Otherwise it looks like a bad decision, strange decision, or maybe a decision just to push up the BTCC coin. I don't know. 26. Why has no one addressed the California Refrain and Desist letter, or whatever it's called, something like that, when it's addressed to We Are All Satoshi and Sam Lee, and states that Sam Lee was the founder? Why has it?
Okay, so just because I can, I'm just going to end this. I'll leave the case Rob suddenly wakes up. But this morning when they were picking on me, I brought up that cease and desist letter from the state of California. And you can see it on the screen right here. Ironically, they've actually blocked this from New Zealand. But this PDF that we're looking at is actually listed on the official state of California website. But this is actually, you can pause me and you can read this if you like. And if you want a copy of it, just go to dehec.com and send me an email and I'll send you a copy of it. But this is actually a 6-page cease and desist refrain order from the state of California. And every time we do a complaint to Zoom or to YouTube about them promoting this Ponzi scheme, and if you read this company's structure is exactly the same. They believe because Sam Lee's not running it anymore that this doesn't apply. And this is a massive thing. So, pause this, have a read of it, and really think, contact Mary Ann Smith, the Deputy Commissioner, Enforcement Division, and ask her why sites like YouTube don't stop them from publishing their videos. That's what I want to know. So there you go. See it here first. And there's a lot more media coming out very, very soon, which I'm very excited about because I've had a big part of. So let's see what happens. Carry on, Rob. Over to you, mate.
Someone front-footed that and just explained what's going on. Like what happened when We Are All Satoshi got that letter? What official changes? Is there any correspondence between the state of California and We Are All Satoshi that members should know about? 27. Have you sought a legal opinion as to the legality of We Are All Satoshi or a member of the community promoting We Are All Satoshi in California? Because it seemed like if you did that you might be in breach of that letter. Seemed to be. 28. You spoke about marketing, and I'm talking about, when I say you, I'm referring to We Are All Satoshi or the management or whoever. You spoke about marketing BTCC and Bitcoin Code, as in pushing it out to get heaps of publicity. Has anyone received the $10,000 airdrop that was promised? I don't actually know what that airdrop was. I'm assuming it was miners or maybe USDT or something like that. Has that been paid out? I've never heard about it on any meeting.
That's got an interesting point because in the Zoom meeting they had, a lady wanted someone to answer the question. I think it was David. He was asked, or Carl, did that competition ever get drawn? And the answer to that, the guy said, oh, I know, the guy that muffles all the time. And they basically, he said, I don't know what you're talking about. And everyone was encouraged to, to do a selfie and put it on their social media, and the best selfie would get $10,000. So that was one thing. And then another time he told me that if I could figure out his last name, he would pay $10,000. He also offered me a job doing his promotion of his YouTube videos and social media, and he was going to pay me $500 a month. Thanks very much. And then there was another time as well when he had another claim that if somebody could figure out a mathematical sum, he was going to pay them. And then somebody in the audience figured it out, and he goes, I was only kidding. I got excited then. I was only kidding. I'm not going to pay you. So he's just full of shit.
29. How successful was that promotion in growing the community? Haven't heard anything about that either.
That's a really good question, actually, because a lot of their marketing techniques and a lot of things they're trying to do. Like, he was begging people to do social media marketing, and he said that he was going to spend $50,000 paying influencers to promote We Are All Satoshi. And he said because he used to work with influencers and he knows the power of them. Now, if you do a search for Chavis or any of the claims he makes, he doesn't appear anywhere. I don't even believe that Chavis is his real name. The guy didn't exist until he came into We Are Satoshi. And that's a telltale pattern of a lot of these guys that run these Ponzi schemes. A lot of them are literally fake CEOs. Now, this company has come from Hyperverse. They had a CEO called Stephen Reese Lewis, and he didn't exist. He came onto about 7 or 8 videos, and we've never seen him since. Rumoured he lives in Thailand, and he's was a paid actor. But he was meant to be the CEO of a company that stole millions of dollars from people. So who the hell is Chavis? Wouldn't you want to address that if you're taking people's money?
30. You said there are 100,000 people in We Are All Satoshi. I'm pretty I saw that. By the way, disclaimer, if I got any of this wrong, if I misheard stuff, I apologise. Please point it out in the comment section below. And if you know any of the answers to these, please point it out in the comment section below as well. Remember, this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor. So you said there were 100,000 people in We Are All Satoshi, but there seemed to be, from what I heard the other day, only 11,000 wallets. Can you explain this?
Yeah, Crypto G and myself, we went to the BTCC ledger, and we counted how many people had purchased miners, and we went through each page, click, 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 about 200 or 300 times, and there was only 1,100. Hold it. 1,100? 11,000. I'll give them 11,000, not 100,000 as they allege.
Because that would seem to be that everybody that was in We Are All Satoshi.
Oh, and I'm just going to cut Rob there. Sorry about that, Rob. Just hold that thought. And also, the majority of the wallets only had about $1 worth of value in them. So you can go through and prove all that stuff. That's why the blockchain is so cool, because it's transparent, and we can see all the transactions that have happened through people's meta wallets. Is how you purchase these, these what are they called, miners? And so they've only ever had 11,000. Was it 1,100? No, it must be 11,000. But it wasn't 100,000. That's my point.
I think would have a wallet, but maybe some in it would have 2 wallets. So it seems that 11,000 roughly would be the upper limit, and the real limit might be something below that. 31. Can you explain why there are only 300 or 400 people on Zoom meetings when the community is supposed to be 100,000 people? Seems very small.
That's a really good point, though. I've actually said it to Rob before. It doesn't make sense. I mean, originally they said they had 70,000, and all of a sudden they poked up to 100,000. And, people haven't been able to take out any of their funds. They haven't been able to have access to the Vault Horizon. And there's only ever 300 people in these Zoom meetings, and they continuously have problem after problem. And they claim that when they were going to form an alliance with GameStop means that they're going to be, exposed to millions of people. And none that I know of are new into this We Are Satoshi thing. It seems like the same old school bus driving around the same old scam. And it doesn't make sense to allege you've got 100,000 people and only have 300 people. Maybe at the most today, when they were trying to stop my videos, they had 380 people. Why would you lie about the amount of people? And especially when I just said earlier, you can go in there and see that 11,000 wallets have purchased mines. It doesn't make sense.
32. Why do you deliver the training every day from the same PowerPoint? 33. Where is the support call centre that was promised several weeks ago? Hasn't it?
Yeah, today he was talking about how he's going to smack somebody around the head because they didn't give this person the money. Every time you talk to them, they say put in a support ticket. So the lady said, I have. And then Carl got on there and said, you put the wrong address. And she goes, no, I didn't. And they said, did you do this? And she goes, yes. Did you do this? And she goes, yes. Oh, well, I'll get onto our support team. And then he goes, ooh, what's your username? I'll fix it right up here. Can you imagine go to the bank and being on a live broadcast asking for somebody's username that you tell people verbally so everybody like me can hear it, and then he just fixes the problem and gives you the money? It's ridiculous.
It happened. Not that I know of. 34. Why do you open more projects and greater complexity when your current systems are breaking?
Exactly.
There's a lot of people who've been putting their hands up, got problems coming on the meetings, going into breakout rooms. I would have fixed their problems first. Maybe time was of the essence for those other projects. I don't know. Answer the question, give people some confidence. 35. Why do you end Zoom meetings when a number of those hands are still up? Today, in the meeting that I saw today, 18 hands were still up.
Yeah.
And the meeting finished. That's 18 people had a problem. Didn't get to solve it. Or maybe they had one of these questions that they wanted to ask.
And that's a real valid point. It's just absolutely incredible. I mean, as soon as he gets a curly question, he goes, oh, we've got to go now, we've got to go now. It's just like, just when the audience, the pack of audience is starting to warm up, we're going to go now, we've got to go now. And a lot of the people asking the questions are the same old people every day, coming back saying, I was in here the other day and I didn't get my money, and you promised I wouldn't, I still haven't got my money. I mean, how can you do that? And how do people not see that these guys are making it up?
To get some clarity and confidence to invest. 36. How does a 30% proof of reserve guarantee 100% of the community's investment? I don't get that.
Well, do I? Do you?
I do know that part of that is assuming that you're going to buy the Bitcoin, and the Bitcoin is going to multiply by at least 3 1/3 times, and maybe that's going to cover it. But isn't that a bit of a gamble? I don't know. 37. Why has the audit for the proof of reserve not been published? If you have an audit, I would have thought, democratic community, put it out there.
The proof of reserve, because they were buying, theoretically, they were buying Bitcoin. So every time they got, let's say $10,000 in, $3,000 of that money was going into the proof of reserve. And then they were purchasing Bitcoin. And then they were hoping the halving's going to happen and Bitcoin's going to go from $30 to $100,000 within 500 days. But since, it just doesn't, nothing's happened. And then all the money got transferred out of one vault into another one. And then the other day when I looked at the old vault, you can see 57 transactions. And now they've done an audit on 57 transactions, and it still hasn't been produced. It was now probably 8 weeks ago. And then the other vault, you can see all the money's turned up, and it's like the vault is visible, but we don't know who's got the keys. It could be Sam, it could be the Chinese mafia, it could be the people behind it. But anyway, recently you go to look in the other vault and it tells you it's got zero balance. So where's the money? In the vault of the money, it shows you that the money's been there, but doesn't necessarily tell you where the money is. And they claim now, which Rob will sure to have a question about, they tell that some bank has decided to actually put the money in their bank and look after the money, make it more secure, and pay them, I think it's 36% per annum. It's just ridiculous.
Everybody can see. Maybe it has been out there. 38. Why does the bridge need auditing, and who audits it? How does that even work? What are you auditing there? I don't understand that at all. And part of the reason why I'm asking this question is that to get into crypto, it would help if you knew crypto. It would help if you knew the ins and outs of why these audits need to take place, what the results of them were, so that if you had a prospect, you could communicate with that prospect much more easily and authentically.
Hey, if you're in my chat room and got any questions you want me to answer or have a go at, feel free to put a question in there and it'll pop up on the screen. Everyone can see it, and I'll do my best to answer it, or it will give us more content to answer in our next videos.
And a bit more relaxed. 39. Going through these really quick. How much Bitcoin is in the vault, and is it still in the vault, and can we see it? Because some people have said there's nothing in the vault.
That's me.
Number 40. Why is a bank, an evil bank, a bank, just kidding. Why is a bank paying interest on Bitcoin at such a huge rate of 36% per annum? Seems huge. Seems strange. Who is that bank? Which leads me on to question 41. Who is that bank? Number 42. How can people know how much money We Are All Satoshi is making to be sure that those who are receiving their share of the 4%, 7%, or 10%, that's that Helios mega giga thing, are actually being paid out their proper percentage? Where do we know how much the company is making, or their revenue, or whatever that is? I'm confused, but you know what I mean. 43. Have you thought about going on, has somebody, Chavez or whoever, thought about going on an interview with a YouTuber and having questions like this and just rattling them off, answering them in public, live, so that everybody could get a lot of things off their chest, get it all cleared up, move on, boom, everybody aligned, everybody knowing so that they can make an intelligent decision.
Wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, I don't think I'm the right man for the job, but I think Rob is. So, Chavez, if one of your clonies is watching this, why don't you do that? I mean, why aren't these questions important to you? And why don't you want them answered? I mean, these are questions that you would, if you answered these questions, then you're going to get more people joining this opportunity, regardless whether I think it's a Ponzi scheme or not. Why not do the right thing? Reach out to Rob. Reach out to me and I'll give you Rob's details. You've got my WhatsApp. You know my phone number. I can easily put you in contact with Rob. And why not do an interview? And why not do some mainstream advertising as well and promote this baby of yours? If it's that wonderful and that legitimate and you're totally peace of mind and you really think that I'm just here because I've got nothing else to do with my time, then why not address these issues and have an interview with Rob? He would be brilliant at it. And you can see he's level-headed. He's not like me.
That's a possibility. Number 44. Number 44. I can't even read my own writing here, so we'll substitute this other one here. Where are the officers of We Are All Satoshi, and what consumer laws apply for the protection of the community? Like, is this operated in Dubai? Do they have consumer laws? What are they? 45. Has the number of miners sold from We Are All Satoshi decreased since people started selling their own for less than $50 on the NFT market? So We Are All Satoshi is selling an unlimited number of miners, the ones that are not giving away, for $50. But going on the NFT market, you can buy them for less than $50. And you assume that people are buying them for less than $50 than going and paying $50 through the normal channels. 46. When will BTCC go on an exchange so people can see its market value? Yeah, that would be interesting. We thought that was the ICO, the initial coin offering, but instead it was the GameStop memes token or coin, not too sure which. So when is BTCC planning on going on exchange? 47. How many miners have been given away in the last month? Seems a lot. Be curious to know just how much it is.
Yeah, great
question. So how many
question.
miners were given away and have increased the hash power, as opposed to how many miners were sold? 48. Have there been many... have the miners been given away to push up the BTCC price? So the reason why it would be interesting to know how many miners have been given away as opposed to how many new miners have been purchased, because then people would be able to accurately guide what the projection of BTCC price is in the coming weeks and months. 49. Support gives community mixed messages. Some say that their issue is being worked on and the other that the issue is closed. Why is that inconsistent? And 50, last question, flying through. Does the alleged malicious activities on the bridge indicate that the site is not secure? So these are the 50 questions. I'd spent more time, maybe I could have come up with another 10 or 20 or so. But if, just from my point of view, having a look at what I've seen, if I knew the answers to all those and the answers were satisfactory, I think I would be more likely to invest, or if someone asked me, hey, what do you think of this? But unfortunately, a lot of those questions are quite important and are very crucial to make an informed decision to invest, whether it's for credibility, whether it's to determine the likelihood of future profits or anything like that, or what the community culture might look like going forward, or how frustrated or not frustrated you might get with the support or lack thereof. So that's me for tonight. How fast did I go through those? Wow, in less than just over 20 minutes.
See, now that's real funny. 20 minutes and 29 seconds to be exact, Rob. And I said to Rob, I bet you won't be able to get through those questions in that time. My video has been 45 minutes. I've taken twice as long, but I've added a wee bit of extras in there. But these questions have been really good. So well done, Rob.
Fantastic. Hey, have you got any questions, got any answers? Throw them in the comment section below. Love to hear from you. If you want to support the channel, please give us a thumbs up if you've got any value, or hit the subscribe button and you get notified of future videos. Thank you for listening. Happy investing, and whatever you put your money into, all the best. Hope it works for you. Bye for now.
Good on you, Rob. Now, I do want to do a bit of a plug for Rob, because we honestly spend so much time on this. And if you are on my YouTube channel, on the homepage, you can actually navigate your way to Rob's videos. But, you know, like Rob and I just spend hours and hours on this sort of stuff. Hello, Blessed Life FX. Nice to have you here in the chat room. I'm probably not going to be here for too much longer, but I did want to show people Rob's videos. And if you click on videos, you'll see all the videos that Rob has actually recorded and uploaded. One of the ones I really want you guys to do is he's just done this new one. And this video, I've listened to half of it. And it is...
Give away heaps of minus to keep that price going up.
It sounds at a different level.
So that
Rob.
price isn't a real price. It's got nothing to do with the...
So this video is an hour and a half long. And anyone that would have been on the We Are All Satoshi Zoom meeting today told to ban my YouTube channel really need to wake up and just have a listen to some of these videos that myself have done, or if you don't like me, then go away and listen to Rob's videos, because there's so much common logic in this video. But this one's an hour and a half long. If you're really going to invest in something, wouldn't you spend an hour and a half having a listen to someone's video? Rob's not got a good face on there.
Value or worth of BTCC. It is purely a measure.
Now, his camera isn't as good as it was just a few minutes ago. He's uploaded this in 720p. I'm wondering why. We can notice a difference in the quality. All right, so that's real cool. So, yeah, as I said, go to Rob Worley. If you want to go to my channel, it's not rocket science. But what I do is I come in here. You can see I've also got a community area. And as I've shown you guys before, I've produced over 500 videos about my quest to name and shame anyone running a Ponzi scheme or a scam. It's not rocket science, but I'm actually going, it's 1 o'clock now, I'm just going to do an introduction to what happened this morning video, and I'm going to upload a proper video. So when YouTubers like myself go live, you can read and comment in the what do you call it, community area. But if you click on live at the top of the videos, you actually find all the videos that I'm doing right now. So right now you'll see I've got 4 people watching. I've got questions that demand answers, and it's got a wee live thing on it. And next door is another video that was 14 hours ago, and that was the one that I've actually downloaded and re-uploaded. But theoretically, Shavis this morning asked 380 people, he said, to go there and report that video and report my YouTube account. Now that doesn't make sense, because I've only got 448 views on that video. And I normally get 233 views just going by the day before one, or 310 views. So it just tells you how active his community is. And I haven't received anything from YouTube telling me to remove my video. In fact, the last time Shavis tried to dob in one of my videos, I got his full name. And I'm going to show you that. So when you click on videos, These are videos that I've recorded and I upload, and I normally embed them in my website. So just for the argument's sakes, let's go to deheck.com while that's loading in the background. And you'll see I've got videos here. And one of these videos was when they invited me to come into their Zoom meeting. And they basically got the community to text me and invite me to come into their Zoom meeting. And I actually got to speak. And they taunted me to go in there. And then I asked them a few curly questions, and they were too cowardly to actually answer them, and finished up kicking me out.
Down request for one of the videos.
But it was actually quite a laugh. But in that video...
Cocaine snorting Sam Lee, who since have been...
But if you've got some time up your sleeve...
The real funny thing about this, they claim they had a 240 million...
you can go in there and you can
there's no opportunity
follow
to get
all
your
these
money
things.
back. This is a criminal network, and I believe...
Just that photo there makes me laugh, really. You got Sam Lee, who stole $50 million from Australian investors, who's about to be published to hell out of this week by yours truly, and a very keen lady who's doing a lot of work on exposing him. Chavis. And then you've got Roy Kanacha, who's now theoretically trying to do a class action lawsuit against Sam Lee, claims he's got a community of 8,500 people that are willing to pay him $15,000, talking to government departments, claiming that he knows that Sam's getting deported from Dubai and sent back to Australia. And then you've got Gobi, who's disappeared, nowhere to be seen after I did my last video on him. So it's just ridiculous. But we're actually making great headway. The only reason Chavis is trying to shut down my YouTube channel is because of the success that we're having with my Avengers and the people that are in the Zoom meeting. Here's my question. Was registered by the Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority, VARA, in the UAE? There you go, Chavis. There's another question that you could theoretically answer. That would be pretty awesome. Right, so that was the review of Rob's 60 questions. And what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to go and have a quick look at what happened this morning, because I want to show you guys. I can't show you some of it. Tugman, come on there. Now, just so you know, I do know the guy. Now, we had one of our meetings attacked by pornography. I don't do that myself. I don't pay anyone to do that. I do know that somebody is communicating with me who actually can hack into these Zoom meetings and cause disruption. We'll do whatever it takes to stop these Zoom meetings. So this morning, about 10 minutes into this video, we managed to take control of their broadcast. And, well, not we, but one of the Avengers. But I got the blame for that. That was pretty cool. So the first thing that we started with was obviously Carl Miller. Now, when I go into these Zoom meetings, I've got to contend with Carl Miller, trying to find out who's genuine and who's not. And he's kicking everyone out at the moment, left, right, and centre. This is not going to work, is it? I'll just go to Washington. I'll just go back to Carl Miller. This is not going to work. But he told the community basically the highlights. So on the right-hand side here, you'll see that I've actually got timestamps. If you go into the bottom of the description, you can actually see I actually go through the video afterwards and I put the timestamp so you don't have to worry about trying to find what part of the video. Okay, so questions with no real answers. Raise a ticket and wait and don't worry. Chavis thanks me for my hard work. Open your cameras and show your face, or face removal, I should say. 2-minute warning to people to rename their usernames from iPhone or face removal from the meeting. And then we can listen to Chavis talking about his mining scam, how you can actually have a computer, some hardware, and do some mining. It's just ridiculous. Gobi was on the US Prime meeting. Was he? Wow, I wish I missed. I did actually have it on. I was working today and I couldn't actually get back to the computer. I actually left the computer going. So that's funny that he's popped up his ugly head, isn't it? But if you go to the bottom of this, you can see all the chapters. And if you click view all, they'll pop up near on the side. And that means that you can literally go to the part that you want.
West.
Here we go.
Well, there are 360 people in this call. We can make a big difference. We have been disturbed by this guy, Danny Dickhead.
So he's trying to pin lots of stuff on me, which is quite ironic, really. But he got to the stage where he's actually sharing my YouTube channel, and I'm broadcasting live, and you can actually hear me showing the cease and desist order from the state of California. I'm putting it on the screen. So everybody in that meeting, theoretically, visitor and seasoned people, are now being told to go to my YouTube channel when I'm frantically broadcasting the fact that here's a PDF from the state of California saying that this is a Ponzi scheme. But do have a look at that. I was quite pleased with it. I don't know if it's for some reason my internet's going too slow at the moment. I'm going to shut down the Zoom meeting. That might fix up the speed of it. I've got the Zoom meeting open at the same time. But anyway, you get the idea. All right, I'm going to call this quits. Thank you, Blessed Life FX, for being in here. And interesting that Kobe was in the meeting. But if you want to help me out, there's a couple of things you could do. And it's not rocket science, ladies and gentlemen. Just subscribe to the YouTube channel. 26% of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed, would you believe? That means there's probably people, I'm not going to support him because he's trying to take my financial future away from me. I'm not trying to do that. I genuinely are actually trying to help people from losing their money. It's me who gets those phone calls every day from people. I currently have about 300 emails to go through my inbox, and I go through them and I'll get about 15 or 20 people telling me, thank you for what you're doing. And I invested blah, and I lost this, I thought this, and I did this, and they told me that, and I didn't get this, and now how can I get my money back? You're not going to get your money back from these guys. I don't even really believe that Chavis is actually running the company. I believe it's people like the Chinese mafia or something. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, I need some rest. I've even got a sty on my eye because I've only had a few hours sleep. But this week's going to be a real cracker for the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger and the Avengers. So I'm really preparing. I want to have some good videos ready. Last time I was in the New York Times, I actually had to remove a lot of my videos in a hurry, unfortunately. This time I've got some real good content on there if I get some media. And something's going to happen this week, which I hope is going to launch this YouTube channel and actually create more awareness about these guys. I just want to thank my community and the people that support me, and also Rob wants to thank you as well, I'm sure. You know, we really are small YouTubers making a big difference, and I wouldn't be able to do it without the help of my community. So I'm going to get some rest. I think it's Sunday tomorrow, and I'm doing a photography shoot tomorrow. So that's quite cool. All right, get some rest. Yep, it's going to be great. This next week's going to be cool. So I'm going to stop the stream now, and thanks for watching. I'll flip back to that screen. You've been listening to Danny DeHeck, aka the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I'm here to name and shame anyone who is running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. I have nothing else to do with my time, so I'm going to stop anyone that's running these terrible scams. I don't want you to lose your money, and I tell you what, it's the mum and dad investors that are very easily scammed out of their money when it comes to this crypto jargon. Hope I've helped, enjoyed. Make sure that you come back and watch my next videos. See you guys. Thanks for watching.